Hi, I'm John Kelly. In this chapter, we'll talk about the most common injuries and red flags in vulnerable adult abuse and neglect cases, and why these injuries often tell a story even when the person cannot. Now we're going to look at the physical evidence because in these cases, the body is often the witness. So let's now walk through the major injury categories. I'll now talk about physical and sexual abuse. The injuries and fear abuse is real in care settings and is often underreported. Physical abuse can show up as bruises in unusual locations, inner arms, wrists, or torso, injuries with vague explanations, pattern of bruising or injury inconsistent with the resident's abilities. It can also show up as fear, flinching when approached, withdrawal, sudden agitation during care, or a resident pleading not to be left alone with a particular staff member. Sexual abuse can be even harder to detect, especially if the resident has cognitive impairment. Any concern about sexual assault should be treated with seriousness and urgency. Do not allow a facility to handle it internally. Emotional abuse is harder to photograph, but it's real. Humiliation, threats, isolation. Sometimes the resident can describe it, but sometimes they can't. Sometimes they can't, and their behavior just changes. Resident on resident abuse and violence is a known risk in memory care. Memory care facilities know this is a problem and exists. Aggression can be part of dementia, and some residents wander into other residents' rooms. Some become territorial or fearful, some strike out. Facilities have a duty to assess and manage this risk. They have to do care planning, supervision, room placement, behavioral interventions, staff training, and separating residents when necessary. When the facility tells you residents just get into altercations, well, that might be true, but true is not the same as acceptable. If a resident is repeatedly injured, there's often a failure of supervision and planning. If you have questions after going through this chapter about a vulnerable adult and you would like to consult with someone, we have taken these cases throughout the nation and we're happy to give you a free consultation. You can reach us at 602-283-4122. It's the Kelly Law Team.